Alright people, Max Saladin here again, and welcome back to another Mass Effect Legendary Edition Insanity Run video. Today we're on Virmire. We've got enough charm to keep Wrex alive, which was the main concern about this mission. The rest of it, I don't think it should be too bad. I don't think there's any really difficult spikes in this mission. Maybe when you're assaulting the base at the end of the mission, that could be a bit tricky. There's a few Geth destroyers. Yeah, like these ones you can sort of just drive past. I'm pretty high level now, so I'm not that concerned about taking out every enemy to get the XP. But if you're playing this yourself and you're not pleased with your level, it's probably a good idea to take out any of those enemies that are in your way. But if you're kind of speed running it like me at this point, just shoot at what you can when you can, but mainly you just drive through them all. There's a Geth Colossus. We'll just take him out of the way, and there we go. Pretty cool that you can just drive over the Geth like that, and they have some pretty good ragdoll physics even for the Colossus. Like I was sort of kind of expecting that I would drive into the Colossus and it wouldn't move at all, but yeah, it's pretty cool and funny that you can knock them over. Okay, so we're going to have to get out of the Mako over here to open this gate and disable the comm tower or whatever, or the AA guns. We'll just fire a few shots up there, just in case we can hit something. Cause it's always good to use the Mako to your advantage when you have it, because it's pretty hard to get killed while in the Mako against, you know, standard ground troops. But if you come up against a Thresher Maw in the Mako and you're too close to it, that Thresher Maw is going to one-shot you. So I would advise avoiding that if you're doing any of the Uncharted worlds, just to level up. Thresher Maws give you a lot of XP. Destroyer was just charging in on us. Luckily we took him out in time. But yeah, the Thresher Maws, they are a good source of XP. But just remember, stay back from them because they will one-shot you if they get the chance. You disable the AA guns. Nice. And here's the gate control. But we'll hack this locker first. There we go. Just activate. So we'll run back, get in the Mako, and get out of here. Pretty close to the end of the game now. After this mission, we just have to head to Ilos, I think. There'll be the whole section where Shepard gets arrested, and, well, not arrested, but you know, the Normandy gets impounded on the Citadel. I don't think I'll film any of that for the video, or record any of that, because there's not really any combat in that section. It's sort of just a lot of cutscenes. So yeah, after this video, the next one will be Ilos and the final attack on the Citadel. And then we'll move on to Mass Effect 2. Which I'm looking forward to starting Mass Effect 2 on Insanity, because the combat, it's just it's more well, no, I wouldn't say it's more fun, because the combat in the revamped Legendary Edition of Mass Effect 1 is pretty fun now. The guns feel great to use and stuff, but yeah, I just sort of prefer the squad in Mass Effect 2, just all their abilities when it comes to combat. I'm probably going to be using Morden and Miranda a lot during Insanity, because Miranda has Overload and Warp, which you really need to take down shields and barriers, and then Morden has Incinerate, which just destroys armor. So we need those two to do that stuff, and then Shepard in that game, I'll probably make him a soldier, so he has access to incendiary rounds and the rounds that cut through shields. Can't remember what they're called, proton rounds or something maybe. That's it. And basically if I have that set up, it really helps in the second game. But yeah, I should be talking about Virmire here. Just this section, there's a lot to mention. It's just a lot of opening gates at the moment. There's not that much difficult stuff to warn people about. Kind of just pretty simple start to the mission, just with the Mako. Because you can drive past most things or just obliterate them with the cannon. But we should be heading up to the Solarian base now. And then we'll have our little encounter with Wrex. And we'll do our best to keep him alive. I'm pretty sure I have enough charm and Paragon points to talk him down. And hopefully we'll just be able to get through it pretty painlessly.
Stay put until we can come up with a plan.
Are you in charge here? What's the situation?
I'm Captain Kirahi, 3rd Infiltration Regiment STG.
Captain Kirahi, or Major Kirahi as he becomes. He's a pretty cool side character. People really like him and his whole line speech. He's just very memorable. I'm glad he comes back in Mass Effect 3. If you keep him alive during this mission, which we're going to do our best to do as well.
We couldn't understand your transmission.
It's not that tricky. You just have to do some side objectives during the next part of the mission, blow up some stuff to help him survive.
He set up a research facility.
I did post some videos of Major Kirahi from Mass Effect 3 on my channel, and a few people were like surprised that he was alive, and they were like, how did you get him to survive? And I didn't realise not many people playing the Legendary Edition seem to know you can keep him alive. Thought it was just something most people knew about, but I'll show the way to keep him alive anyway when I play this next part of the mission.
Krogan population after the uprising to quell their numbers. Without it, the Krogan will quickly overrun the galaxy, and these Krogan follow Saren.
Yeah, they're bad enough.
Yeah, we're basically being told Saren is building a Krogan army immune to the genophage, or at least he's trying to cure the genophage. Wrex obviously is interested in getting this cure and keeping these Krogan alive. But we're going to try to reason with him and tell him that, you know, these Krogan are probably going to be indoctrinated and slaves to Saren, and they're not going to be like proper normal Krogan. So we'll try to talk him out of this idea he has to keep the cure. And again, I was wondering in other videos why Krogan were following Saren in certain missions, but I guess it all comes down to having this base on Virmire.
Go ahead, Captain.
And he hired some Krogan mercenaries that way, but promising him this cure. Or maybe they're also clones. Some of them.
Looks like things are a bit of a mess.
Yeah, I wouldn't be so worried if it wasn't for Wrex. Looks like he's gonna blow a gas.
Like the Krogan get a bit of a raw deal in these games. They're always the test subject for some sort of army. People trying to create a clone army of them. Or manipulating the genophage stuff again, so I can understand why Wrex is pretty pissed.
I understand you're upset, but we both know Saren's the enemy here. He's the one you should be angry with.
Really? Saren created a cure for my
Shepard's got on his matching red armor.
Out here, Shepard.
They blend in with Wrex on the
Getting
battlefield.
a little blurry from where I stand.
This isn't a cure, it's a weapon. And if Saren is allowed to use it,
Can't remember what this armor's called. Maybe it's just mercenary armor, has it?
That's a chance we should be willing to take. This is the fate of my entire people we're talking about. I've been loyal to you so far. Hell, you did more for me than my family ever did. But if I'm going to keep following you, I need to know we're doing it for the right reasons.
Stand down, Wrex, please.
They're slaves of Saren. Tools. Is that what you want for them?
It's pretty funny Wrex has a handgun and Shepard has the shotgun. I'm not sure, but in the original it's not the other way about, where Wrex is holding up a shotgun. I don't know, maybe I imagined that.
Alright, Shepard. You've made your point. I don't like this, but I trust you enough to follow your lead.
Yeah, alright, buddy, we
When
managed to
find
talk him out of
Saren,
that.
I
Nice.
want his head.
Okay, let's get on with the mission then. I think we have to speak to Kirahi now. And then we can lead the assault on the main
Thank you for
base.
speaking with the Krogan. The assault on Saren's base will be difficult enough as it is.
And he's just
I
going to
assume
give
that
us a
means
little
you've come up with a
hold the
plan.
line
Of
speech.
sorts, we can convert our ship's drive system into a 20-kiloton ordnance. Crude, but effective.
I think
Nice.
that speech is
Drop that
mainly
meat
why
from
people
orbit
remember
and
him
Saren can
and
kiss his
really
Turian
like
ass
him as a
goodbye.
side character.
Unfortunately, the facility is too well
It's kind of like
fortified for
the
that.
Boba
We need to
Fett
place
of
them all
Mass
at a
Effect.
precise location.
If that's a
Where do we
good
take the nuke?
comparison, just
How
a
do we get
side
there?
character. He's a
The bomb
pretty
must be taken
minor
to the
role,
far side of the
but
facility.
people really
Your ship
latched
can drop
on
it
him
off, but
and
we'll need to infiltrate the base,
sort
disable
of
the
made
AE
him
guns,
really
and pacify any
badass
ground
in their
forces
like
first.
You want us to go in on foot? We
in
don't have
their
enough men.
It does sound
fan
a bit risky.
works of him,
Is
like
there no
fan
other way?
art and
No,
tribute
but I think we can
videos
work
and
around
stuff.
that. I'm going to divide my men into 3 teams and hit the front of the
And
facility.
that's probably
While
what
we've got their
BioWare
attention, you
brought
can
him
sneak
back
your
in
shadow
3
team in the back.
because they realized the
It's a good
fans
idea,
really
but your people are gonna get
liked this
slaughtered.
side character.
We're tougher than we look, Commander. But it's true. I don't expect many of us will make it out alive. And that makes what I'm going to ask even more difficult.
But again, I was
I need one of your
surprised a
men
lot
to
of
accompany
people in comments
help
my
coordinate the
videos seemed to
We'll need someone who knows
have
alliance
gotten him
communication.
killed when
follow
they
you, Commander.
played this mission.
Not so fast, LT. Commander Shepard will need
I
you
guess
on the move.
most people
I'll
don't
go
really
with the
pay
Solarians.
attention to the
With
side
all due
objective,
respect, Gunnery Chief,
or they
it's not
miss
your
that there
place
is
to
side
stop.
objectives.
Why is it that whenever someone says, with all due respect, they really mean
So
kiss
yeah, we're
my
going to
ass?
sacrifice Caden this
Alenko,
time
You're with the captain.
because we're romancing
Keep it simple,
Ashley,
understood?
as I said a few videos back.
I will have the ordnance
Just because I
loaded onto
think
the
it
Normandy
will be
and reach
funny
out to its
if in
destination
Mass
sequence.
Effect 2,
Do you have any
when
questions before we
Ashley
go,
sort of
Commander?
dumps us
I'm ready when
and
you are, Captain.
doesn't want to
Excellent.
work with Shepard
Then if you'll
anymore because
excuse
he's in
me, I need to
Cerberus,
prepare my men.
that if we go off and then start dating Jack,
Foolish while I'm gone, Ash.
and when they show up again in
That goes
3,
for you
if
too.
there's going to be any banter
fine,
between
LT.
those two. There might not be because I'm not
I just-
sure excuse me, there's any mission where
It's a
you can
dangerous
make them
situation.
meet,
Keep your eyes open and be ready
except for the
anything.
Citadel DLC.
Commander.
But I know it'll be. I want to
Mission,
romance
what is at
Jack in
stake?
this run.
I've
I haven't
come to
romanced
trust
Jack in a
exclusively with my
long
wife,
time,
But I've
so.
also heard murmurs of discontent. I
Back
share
in the
your
day in
concerns.
Mass Effect 2, I used to just always
trained for
romance
espionage.
Miranda.
We would
But
be
then in
like
Mass
enemies.
Effect 3, her romance
Records
sort of.
sealed.
It's not as
Glowing
fleshed
in
out when
battle.
you get to Mass Effect
Not our
3
way.
and she's barely in the
Think
game.
of our heroes.
So it's kinda
Silent
annoying.
Step, who defeated a
And
nation
then I ended
with a
up
single shot.
mostly
Or the ever
when I was
alert,
Bro
who
Shep
kept
anyway.
armies at bay,
And Mass Effect
aided in
2 from then
practice.
on just romancing Tali.
These
Like she
giants
actually
do not
joins
seem
your
to give
squad
us
again
solace
in Mass
here,
Effect
but they are
3.
not all that we are.
And it's a bit more fleshed out of a
Before the
romance for
network,
Bro Shepard.
there was the fleet.
But mainly
Before
as
diplomacy,
Femme Shep, which I
there
normally
were
just play
soldiers.
as. I just romanced
Our
Liara the whole way through.
Arachni,
Because
Before that,
she really does
hell,
have the most fleshed out romance.
our influence stopped
And
the
she
Krogan.
shows up the
Before
most
that,
out of
we
any
held the
romance
line.
option out of all the games.
Our influence
Mass Effect
will
2,
stop
the
staring.
vanilla version
In
without
the battle
DLC,
today,
she wasn't in it
we
that
will
lot.
hold
But
the
once they
line.
added in Shadow Broker, they kind of fleshed out that romance in
Good luck,
2
Commander.
again.
I hope we will meet again.
And they it's the only romance option that they did that for. Like there was no DLC to really rekindle a romance with Ashley. So you can kind of tell the writers have a lot of bias towards Liara and her relationship with Femme Shep or Bro Shepard,
Com check.
because they
Read me,
really put
Commander.
the most work into
Loud and
her
clear.
romance
Good. We'll
and
start our
making
push.
sure that she
We'll try to
gets
make
the
it to
chance
the
to be
AA guns, but it
romanced
might be up
again
to
in
you to
Mass
finish the
Effect
job.
2
And Commander,
with the
if you
DLC.
see any way to undermine their
And
defenses,
they don't really
you can definitely
grant
use the help.
that sort of treatment to any other character in Mass Effect 2.
Shadow is on the ground. Repeat, Shadow is on the ground.
And by the time it gets to Mass Effect 3, Liara, she's on your crew immediately, like after the Mars mission. And no other romance option from the other games gets that kind of placement in the series. Tali, you have to wait till like halfway through the game to recruit her again, which is annoying, but it's better than what they do to Miranda, where she becomes a complete sort of background character who's not even there for most of the game. It was kind of annoying back in the day, that treatment of Miranda in Mass Effect 3. They sort of do it to Jack as well, but at least she shows up on the Grissom Academy pretty early on, so you can meet up with her pretty early on. And then she's on the Citadel, and you can go dance with her or whatever. And then she's mostly missing again until the Citadel DLC. But at least it was better than what they did to Miranda. To be honest, I think Miranda and Jack, they both could have easily joined up in Mass Effect 3 in the squad. Once you rescue Jack, I know she's got her students to train, but I think if you choose the option to have them be support units, that Jack would be okay to sort of trust that they were going to be safe as long as you didn't put them in the front line. And if you choose not to put them in the front line, then she should have been able to come along in the Normandy, in my opinion. But if you took the option to send her students to the front line and they battle, then I could understand that that would close off the option to recruit Jack, and then she would go off and fight with her students. Thought that would have been a cool way to handle that.
They're calling sat strikes. Watch for
and as for Miranda, she's sort of just looking for her sister or her father, trying to get revenge. We just took down that satellite uplink. That's one of the things you have to do to keep Kira alive. That's one of the first side objectives. But anyway, as I was saying, Miranda, she's kind of just looking for her sister, or to protect her sister, and they find her father and shut down whatever evil scheme he's a part of. But I think she could have quite easily have done that from aboard the Normandy with Liara's Shadow Broker terminals and connections. It was probably the best base of operations Miranda could have had. So after you meet up with her in the Citadel that first time, I think you should have easily been able to recruit her back as well. I'm sure most of these characters were pushed to the side just due to time constraints, if I had to guess, because let's be real, Mass Effect 3 was created in 2 years, which is really not enough time for a game of that size with so many characters who have stories that needed tied up. So you can really tell they sacrificed a lot of Mass Effect 2's cast into really basic side roles, as they just didn't have time, which is pretty sad. But at least they had the Citadel DLC where they brought most people back. Okay, we're just gonna. This is another side objective for Kirihee, taking out this refueling station and these rocket drones. Okay. Taking out the drones means they can't ambush Kirihee later. Yeah, Geth flyers destroyed. We just took out the fueling depot. Nice. And there's one last side objective, I think, which is to turn off something over here, is it? Okay, what was that? Was that a sniper? Oh, I thought I seen a sniper, but then his laser disappeared. See, snipers can really one-shot you, right? I need to be more careful. I should have got into cover as soon as I saw the laser sight, but it disappeared, and then I thought it was alright. But then it showed up from the other side, and I was just one-shotted. Oh, how far back did that send me? Oh, the satellite uplink station. I have to take down the fuel drones again. That was just a stupid mistake on my part. So pro tip, I guess, is as soon as you see a sniper laser, just get into cover, because you are going to get one-shotted. At least we didn't get sent that far back. It's kind of annoying having to do this again, but we'll blow up the fuel depot. the rocket drones. At least these aren't that difficult to destroy. It's not like you had to defeat a Geth Colossus at this station, which takes ages, and then we get sent back. That would have been terrible. I probably would have stopped playing if that happened. It would have just been that annoying. So yeah, okay, Geth flyers down. This time we're going to be ready for, we're going to save so we don't have to do that again. That's another good tip. After you do anything semi-difficult, just save. Excuse me, so you don't accidentally die and get sent back to redo a task. I mean, that wasn't that difficult, but it's annoying having to redo it if you fail this firefight here. So I'm bringing out my own sniper rifle this time. How do you like that, Geth sniper? There, I think that's the guy who actually killed me, that one on the left, and there's one on the right too. See, I was watching the one on the right's laser, and I didn't see the guy on the left coming. Blow that up just in case there's anyone next to it. Destroy that shield. Wrex, Tally, could you maybe get out of the way? I suppose Wrex is a good shield. Okay, there's Crow. What is up with that guy? Disappeared? He just appears and disappears, right? That guy's glitching out or something. We'll move over to the right hand side and try to take out this Crow, and he's at least not glitching. Oh, but his health's regenerating. Come on, get up so I can shoot you in the face. There we go. Now where's that other sniper? There he is. Oh, missed. I really want revenge for his attack on us. We'll send Tally and Wrex to charge in. Hopefully they draw him out of fire. Yeah, there we go. Did exactly what I wanted them to. Nice. Oh, there's Krug in charge on Wrex. Oh, come on, Wrex, you can take him. Wrex didn't look that concerned. I was more concerned than Wrex was. And now for the last bit of this major Kirrahe survival sort of tip is once we go through here, you'll have the choice to send distract some troops with alarms at the other side of the base. That'll help us out, but it'll probably result in Kirrahe getting destroyed.
We've got access to base security. We can cut the alarms from here.
So yeah, we can trigger the alarms at the other side of the base, or keep them here because the Solarian team will be overwhelmed. So yeah, they've got enough trouble. We'll just take on these guys. Hopefully we don't die. If you're not too worried about keeping Kirrahe alive and you're on Insanity and you want this part to be easier, maybe you do want to send the alarms to the other side of the base so that these Geth destroyers and stuff aren't in. But I'm pretty confident we can take them out. Wrex, okay, you just decided to use me, or let me use you as a loads. Right, I said I was confident and now I'm getting paid back for it because we're almost dead. Put on immunity. Okay, where's the guy who was injuring us? This guy, a shot through. Okay, get down. Where's the one that ran over here somewhere? Hopefully Tally and Wrex took down that destroyer. Okay, that wasn't too bad, even though we almost stupidly died. Oh, a Juggernaut. He's taking quite a lot of damage already, so just hit him through and get him purple completely. Get back that metagel we used. So yeah, that was kind of worth keeping the Geth over here for, because they weren't that difficult. But if you're under leveled on Insanity and you're struggling at this bit, maybe you'll want to reload and send those Geth to attack Kirrahe, so you can have an easier time if you're not too worried about keeping him alive. But I kind of want to have him there in Mass Effect 3. It's just a fun little scene when he shows up again. And who who's out here? Is there a Krogan in here? I'm pretty sure. Where is he? Yeah, there he is. Okay, get him. There's a sorry scientist friend. Okay. I don't know why the sorry would be here, but were they part of Matriarch Benezia's followers or something? I'm gonna guess that's why there's a sorry helping out here.
Where are the guards? Where is Sarah?
We do meet another sorry doctor upstairs.
Stay back. This is important.
This guy's
work.
charging. We're
This is
on
the glorious
overkill.
salvation of my species.
Oh, the speed of that guy. Had him with overkill. Immunity. No, we'll put on overkill. These husks are annoying. We'll hide behind this wall. Because it's like the only cover in here worth anything. Sorry, scientist. There we go. Okay, that went not too badly. Just rob this stuff, even though I've got far too much loot at this point, and really have no intention of using much of it at all. I think I already said, but the problem with the loot in this game is you just get so much of it that it's a pain to just go through and sort out. So you just equip whatever the strongest thing is, and hope that that's gonna see you through the next part. I could sell all that extra stuff, but honestly it takes so long I can't really be bothered doing it, and I have plenty of credits at the moment anyway.
Please, I just want to get out of here before it's
So
too
yeah,
late.
this is the another sorry scientist.
Everyone in this place is trying to kill me.
Do I look like a soldier? I'm a neurospecialist.
Normally
and
I
this
let
job
her
isn't worth
live,
dying over.
but I've done that in my other
You
two
think the
playthroughs.
indoctrination only affects
So
prisoners?
this time
Sooner or
I
later,
think we'll just
Saren will wanna
execute
dissect
her.
my brain too.
And it probably
Give me
is
one
for the
reason to
best,
help you.
because if I recall, when
can
she
help
gets to
This elevator behind you goes
Mass
to Saren's
Effect
private
3,
lab. I can get you in.
if she's alive, you find out that she was indoctrinated the
Full
whole time
access.
still,
All of Saren's private
and she
files.
takes out a lot of the sorry
Can I
fighters
go?
or something like that.
You conducted brutal
So
experiments
yeah,
on
you
helpless
helped
test
Sarah and you don't
subjects.
get to
You
live.
helped Sarah. You don't get to live.
I just did what I was told. I didn't have a choice. I'm
Well,
sorry.
too late.
Sorry doesn't help your victims.
No.
Bye.
No.
So again, that's a choice that isn't really that difficult with the future information you get from Mass Effect 3. That's kind of a problem with going back to Mass Effect 1 and 2 after playing 3. You sort of really know what matters and what doesn't matter, like what comes back in 3 to bite you in the ass, or what helps you out if you do something a little different, like keeping Kirahee alive or keeping Wrex alive. You sort of know what's important to do from then on, and you don't really want to play any other way because you know what's going to get you the most war assets. So yeah, that's kind of why you know, a lot of the decisions and choices, they aren't as powerful on a replay, because you kind of know everything, the outcome of everything.
Shepard, look over here. It's another beacon.
But I don't really see how they could have evaded that problem, because eventually everyone's going to know the ending of 3, what happens and where your decisions led. So it was still great the first time through when you were playing it blind and you had no idea what any of this stuff was going to amount to later. And it was rewarding when you did find out something like keeping Kirahee alive meant he showed up again in 3. So it's a double-edged sword, kinda, the decision making system. It really works the first time through, but on repeat playthroughs it's not as engaging. I suppose you could say that about mystery films or films with a suspense plot. Once you sort of know the twist,
What is
and
that?
some of them,
Some kind of
they're
VI
not that
interface?
fun to rewatch.
Creatures of blood.
But really good ones with really good twists, they still hold up pretty well. So maybe that wasn't the best analogy.
I don't think
I should
this
probably
is
talk about what's actually going on in the game instead of rambling with nonsense. So yeah, this is Sovereign at last we're being introduced to. He speaks like an edgy 14-year-old
Sovereign
goth,
isn't just some Reaper shit.
talking
Saren.
about death and destruction
an
and
actual Reaper.
being beyond our comprehension.
Created by the Protheans to give voice to their
But it is a great scene. This
What they chose to call us is
the music is so perfect and on point.
The Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago. You couldn't have been there. It's impossible.
Probably would have made more sense to bring Liara here to hear this speech,
accident.
because she would probably have a lot to say about the Protheans being wiped out by the Reapers and stuff. But again, I just like to bring Wrex because he's a tank, and Tali because she's pretty good at hacking the geth.
For us, you are nothing. Your extinction is inevitable.
I'd like to see somewhere stats
Everything.
of the most chosen squad
There
mates.
is an entire
I
galaxy
think that
of
would have been a
races
thing,
united
a
and
cool
ready
thing to put
face
at the
you.
end credits. You know, like Telltale games used to do,
The cycle
where they used to
cannot
show all these stats of what different people did
Cycle
in their
what
playthrough.
cycle?
I'd really like if there was a graph at the end of each game. It was like this amount of players choose to do this. 78% of players had Tali as a squad mate for most of the missions, or 100% of players kept Wrex alive. I'd hope it would be 100% of players that do that, but I guess there's one or two who just don't like Wrex probably,
Why
so
would
they
you
got rid
construct
of
the
him.
mass relays, then leave them for someone
But
else
honestly,
to
it's such a
civilization.
bad move to get rid of Wrex. Like, he helps so much with what happens in 3 that if it's his what's his brother called, Reeve, if it's him there in 2 and 3, it's just so less, just has such little impact compared to if you have Wrex there and all those scenes.
Harvesting us, letting us advance to the level they need, then wiping us out.
find. You're not even alive.
I really like the lighting in this
You're just a
scene.
machine. And machines can
Just
be
how it
broken.
completely bathes everyone in red.
Are as empty as your future. I am the vanguard of your destruction. This exchange is over.
This exchange is over. Okay, let's get out of here. I think the mission's nearly over now. We just have to set off the nuke and leave Caden behind to get blown up.
I don't know what you did down there, but that thing just
Normally
turned
leave
you
Ashley,
and our ships in half. It's coming your way.
but
It's
since we
coming
were
hard.
romancing her this
Wrap
time,
things up
we'll
with
keep
that
her
fast.
alive.
There's nothing we can do here. Idea, Shepard?
So yeah, let's
head to
just
the
get out of
breeding
here.
facility. Joker can pick us up after we set the nuke.
I don't think the end of the mission is too difficult. Hopefully there's no Geth snipers that take us out, like that last one, because that was pretty annoying. Sort of just walked into his line of fire. But it just sort of proves that on Sandy you can't be too careful. As soon as you see a sniper laser on you, probably just best to get in the cover right away.
Alenko, head them off. Hold them.
Alright, is this a Krogan gonna charge at us? Yeah, that guy went down pretty easily. I'm using the assault rifle a lot today because I've got a pretty powerful one at the moment with the exploding rounds on it. And it's been going well so far. But if we run into any more snipers... right, okay, maybe I should have kept this all right. Oh, he's charging it. Okay, we just got him at the last second. Nice. Yeah, I'm just bringing out the sniper rifle because there might be one or more Krogan hiding behind there. We'll send Tali ahead just to draw them out if there is anyone there. No. Okay. I think the next objective is to get to an elevator. We'll just save here quickly, just in case anything does go wrong. Up, sniper. Okay, we don't want to. Oh! After everything I was saying, I tried to get into cover, but Shepard just wouldn't take cover behind that little barrier. Oh, good thing we saved. At least we had the foresight to save. Because I just had a feeling something was going to go wrong. But again, enemy snipers, much like us being a sniper, they're the deadliest possible thing you can face in the game, apparently. But at least we didn't get sent too far back. And this time I'll be properly ready for this sniper. Okay, we'll duck down this time. Because you can't really... Oh, it was a Geth Stalker. Did he snipe me? Alright. Well, it turns out the Geth Stalkers are pretty powerful as well. Come on, Krogan, go down. Okay, he's reviving himself. Could have done without that. But hopefully he can't even get back up. Okay, Geth Stalker. There's two of them, I think. Hit him with throw. Oh, I moved. Oh, these enemies are so annoying. Come on, get him with it. Yes! There we go. Come on. Alright. Revenge. Nice. Up ahead. We'll be careful and sort of stick behind this cover. Just so the rockets fly into that, because really don't want to have to fight those Geth Stalkers again. Okay, and there's the last one. Come on. Yeah, you had to roll. Excuse me. Alright, and deactivate the turret. Now, a load of Geth should come up this elevator, don't they? But there's also Geth running in from behind us. Nice. Tali and Wrex can keep them back. Put a grenade in. Nice. Another grenade. Who's that? Rocket trooper. Tali took the shot first. Sorry, Wrex, I keep shooting you, but we need to use you as a shield. Wrex has come in handy a number of times for just being a shield for us. Okay, and we'll head downstairs now. Think it's time to set up the nuke. Aid station. We'll just use a metagel and get back one from this. Because Tali's health was a bit far down.
And send those charges.
Not more stalkers. Seriously, they are one of the most annoying enemies I've ever seen in a game. Apart from the fact we found out they can one-shot you, they also just move around so quickly you can barely get a shot on them. Probably if you had Liara and she could hit them with singularity and freeze them so they start floating around in the air, they're probably a lot easier to deal with. But I really wanted Tali here, just in case. She has a lot of stuff that damages the Geth with her sabotage ability. Right, what are we doing here? Do we head through here? Right, okay. Overload and through and overload. Nice. This crew would charge in. Okay, Wrex, please turn around and help us. Okay, he went down a lot easier than I was worrying about. Oh, Geth Ghost. I don't know what the difference is between Geth Ghosts and Geth Stalkers. They both seem to do the same thing. Maybe the Ghost is more powerful. Come on, Krogan Warrior. pretty safe. He's running in. Put him down quickly. Where's this last Geth? And there we go, nice. Okay, so that went pretty well. And this is sort of a section where you really want to have an assault rifle talent if you're an infiltrator, just because all of that will be a lot difficult to do with a sniper rifle only. Having to wait behind cover till a Geth ghost stops moving about. Yeah, we'll just convert that to Omni Gel. I don't think I can even pick any of that up. Okay, so here we have to make our decision whether or not to go back to Ashley, who's arming the nuke, or if we're going to go get Caden. But we're going to go back for Ashley.
Hold on, Chief. I'm coming back to get you.
Negative! It's too late for us! There's just too many of them!
A lot of people, they get into a romance with Ashley by mistake because they were just being nice to her, and the game sort of just takes that as a romance being started for some reason. And then by the time they get to Virmire, they're like, okay, we're going to leave Ashley here so we can avoid this romance.
Williams, radio Joker and tell him to meet
So I
us at the
think you
bomb
do have
site.
an opportunity to shut down a romance later in dialogue. But yeah, the way a lot of people like to get out of it
I had to make a choice.
is just leave Ashley on Virmire.
I don't regret a thing.
Which is excuse me, which is pretty harsh, to be honest. Pretty harsh way to break up with someone. Oh, excuse me. Or maybe it's just people are too awkward to break up with them traditionally, so they're just like, it would be a lot easier just to leave her to be blown up by a nuclear warhead than breaking up with her, so we're just gonna do that. Okay, bye. Okay, this might be a pretty difficult firefight. I think there's a lot of Geth destroyers and Geth juggernauts in this part. Okay, he went down pretty easily. Since we've got a pretty good assault rifle, maybe it won't be that bad. Oh, okay, we're really pinned down here. Okay, shield boost. Okay, we already used our shield boost. We'll put on immunity. Hit that juggernaut with carnage and overkill. I think we both missed, but oh well, at least overkill pretty much destroyed that guy. Hit this Geth Prime with sabotage and try to get him in the face. Overheated, dampening and dampening twice. Okay, that was actually not as bad as I was expecting. I guess we are pretty leveled up at the moment and have good enough weapons that this isn't too bad as long as we use cover effectively. But since our radar's jammed down there, there was an enemy hiding up there.
Commander, you need to set the nuke and get out. We can't
Good thing we took that sniper down quickly because as we learned earlier, sniper shot from a Geth and we're immediately getting taken down. So we're going to have a kind of a mini boss fight against Saren here. Hopefully it's not too bad. I would actually say that this mission would have been stronger if Matriarch Benezia could have been here, depending on the order you do it. Like if you came to Virmire before Noveria, I think you have to do Noveria first for Virmire to show up as an option. But if I was in charge, I would have had it so Matriarch Benezia showed up here, and you could have a fight against her and Saren at the same time. Give her a little speech, just so she has a little more screen time. And in this mission, she could survive, and actually her and Saren escape, and you don't get to defeat them. Makes them seem a bit more powerful. and since Ashley, or well, Caden this time, since Caden dies during this mission, it'll give you a reason to be really really hunting down Matriarch Benezia in the next mission, and then you should go to Noveria and confront her. I think that would have been a more powerful setup for Matriarch Benezia, because she really only has that opening cutscene where she's on Sovereign, and then her cutscene where she dies in it. So you really have to rely on Liara and her ship dialogue to sort of flesh out Benezia a bit more.
You're afraid he's controlling.
I guess they just had some limitations with this first game, and they couldn't give everyone as much screen time as we would like. But I just thought that would be a neat idea if Benezia was here during this fight, and you got to have a sort of extra bit of content with her.
Still my own, for now. But the transformation from ally to servant can be subtle.
Yeah, we're just trying to convince Saren that he's indoctrinated already, try to get through to him. And it actually does work if you have enough Paragon or Charm points, because the next time you run into him, he's like, Sovereign was detecting that you were getting into my head, so he implanted me with extra indoctrinated tech to control me better, but he thinks he's been made stronger by it. So you'll just keep being Paragon to him, and when we show up to the final boss battle with him, Saren should be convinced to take himself out. You still have to fight the indoctrinated version of him though, but it's pretty cool that you can solve the final fight with dialogue options. Even though it's not the real final fight, there's still an extra fight after that. It's still pretty cool that if you have enough Paragon, or maybe Renegade, you can convince him as well to just take himself down.
Is the only way any of us will survive. I'm forging an alliance between us and the Reapers.
Again, it's pretty cool that Saren, his goal isn't really to take over the galaxy or whatever. He thinks he's doing the right thing by bending the knee to the Reapers, and that by doing this, he'll somehow convince them to keep at least some organics alive. That's a pretty different position for a villain to be in than most games. So it's a pretty cool motivation they gave him. Yeah, we'll hit him with Overload. Warp, does that do anything? And we'll hit him with Overload again. Okay, Shepard, you can miss. Okay, our assault rifle really destroys his shields, nice. But we overheated pretty quickly. With Carnage. He's really not that powerful in this fight, now that I'm actually in it, but he can still do a fair bit of damage, but as long as we're in this good covered position, yeah, there we go, it's over already. That wasn't too bad. So basically there, just stay in cover and hit him with everything you've got, and you should take him out pretty easily if you're pretty leveled up by this point. I didn't show it in any of my videos, but I was doing a lot of background missions on Uncharted Worlds just to level up more. So if you're doing Insanity 2, you should probably do a few of those missions just to level up, because it'll help out with the main quest. Okay, so we'll get Ashley and get her out of here. And there comes Joker. Alright, well I think we'll end this video here for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with our trip to Ilos and the final battle on the Citadel. And that'll be the end of this Mass Effect 1 Insanity run, and we'll move on to 2 after that. So alright people, thanks again for watching, and I will see you later.